Have you ever stood in a high-end boutique, run your fingers across a jacket that costs more than a car, and wondered, how? How does nature's most rugged material transform into a symbol of absolute luxury? We often see the glamour of the runway, the lights of the showroom, and the final price tag, but the journey to get there is a story almost never told. It is a story of biology meeting heavy industry, of ancient chemistry clashing with futuristic robotics, and of a process so precise it feels less like a factory and more like a laboratory. Welcome to the hidden world of modern horse leather processing. Today, we are peeling back the curtain on a facility that defines the cutting edge of material science. From the moment the raw livestock enters the assessment protocols to the final stitch on a bespoke bag, you are about to witness the incredible transformation of raw horsehide into the world's most durable luxury goods. Forget the dirty, chaotic tanneries of the past. This is the future. This is where science, automation, and artisan craftsmanship collide. Stay with us, because by the time we reach the showroom at the end of this tour, you will never look at a leather jacket the same way again. The journey begins in an environment that defies expectations. It is quiet, clinical, and intensely focused. Before a single machine is activated, the process starts with the biology of the horse itself. In this modern facility, the health of the animal is the primary indicator of the quality of the leather. Veterinary teams and material scientists work in tandem here, monitoring the livestock in a biosecure zone. They aren't just looking for general health, they are analyzing the skin structure itself. They check for scars, insect bites, or dermatological imperfections that could ruin the integrity of a full-grain hide. It is a rigorous selection process, ensuring that only the strongest, most flawless specimens enter the supply chain. This data-driven approach is the first step in creating leather known for its legendary density and water resistance. As we move from the assessment areas into the heart of the facility, the atmosphere changes instantly. The clinical silence is replaced by the rhythmic hum of heavy industry. We are entering the raw processing chamber. This is where the transition from biological entity to industrial material truly begins. The scale here is staggering. Massive robotic arms, powered by complex hydraulic systems, handle the heavy lifting. The raw hides are heavy, wet, and difficult to maneuver, yet these machines handle them with a delicate precision that human hands could never sustain over a long shift. Immediate preservation is critical. You can see the steam rising in the air, a sign of the temperature controls and chemical reactions starting to take place. The hides are treated with a mixture of salts and brine, a preservation technique that dates back thousands of years but is now executed by computer-controlled sprayers to ensure a micron-perfect coating. This prevents decomposition and locks in the collagen structure of the skin. It is a messy, gritty, and vital part of the process. Without this immediate intervention, there is no luxury leather, only waste. From the curing station, the material moves to the wet work zone. If you imagined a laundry room, think bigger. Much bigger. These are industrial tumblers, steel giants capable of washing thousands of pounds of hide at a time. The washing cycle is a violent but necessary purge. Water, mixed with specific enzymes, floods the drums to rehydrate the skins and strip away the salt, dirt, and non-structural proteins. The goal here is purity. The workers monitoring these lines are essentially chemists, constantly testing the pH levels of the water. If the balance tips even slightly acidic or alkaline, the fibers can become brittle. It is a high-stakes wash cycle where the margin for error is zero. Once clean, we witness the true alchemy of leather making, the tanning process. This is the chemical bridge that turns perishable skin into immortal leather. The hides are submerged in massive vats containing tanning agents, often a blend of chromium salts or vegetable tannins, depending on the desired finish. As the drums rotate, the heavy wooden paddles inside beat the liquid into the fibers of the skin. This isn't a quick dip, it is a slow, rhythmic churning that can last for days. The tannins bind to the collagen protein, permanently altering its structure. This is what gives horsehide, particularly the prized shell Cordovan, its incredibly tight grain and glossy finish. It is a transformation occurring at a molecular level, turning organic vulnerability into industrial strength. Emerging from the tanning drums, the leather is now stable, but it is heavy with moisture. It must be dried, and in this factory, drying is a science of its own. We enter the heat drying chamber, a vast hall filled with steam and heat. The hides are stretched onto frames or fed onto conveyor belts that run through long, tunnel-like ovens. This isn't just about evaporation, it is about setting the grain. The heat causes the collagen fibers to shrink and tighten, locking them into their final configuration. The steam you see billowing out is the moisture leaving the hide, leaving behind a material that is stiffer, stronger, and significantly lighter. But dried leather is often rigid and uneven. To achieve that buttery, luxurious feel we associate with high fashion, the leather must be relaxed. This happens in the calendaring section. Giant steel rollers, applying tons of pressure, crush the leather flat. Think of it as ironing a shirt, but with enough force to flatten a car. These rollers compress the grain, smoothing out the surface and giving horse leather its signature glass-like sheen. Following this, we see the integration of artificial intelligence. Robotic arms, equipped with optical sensors, pick up the sheets of leather. They analyze the weight, thickness, and stiffness of each piece in a fraction of a second, sorting them into precise piles. The heavy, thick hides go one way for belts and shoes, the lighter, more pliable skins go another for jackets and handbags. We then arrive at the library of leather. This warehouse is the inventory heart of the factory, a cathedral of storage where millions of dollars worth of material hangs from the rafters. Hanging the leather is crucial, folding it now would create permanent creases. The air here is climate-controlled, allowing the leather to rest and stabilize after the trauma of the chemical and thermal processing. Logistics teams navigate these towering aisles on forklifts, moving pallets of prepared hides to the finishing floors. It is a quiet moment in the process, a pause before the manufacturing frenzy begins. But the leather is not yet perfect. Nature is rarely flawless. We move to the surface refinement stations where workers and machines engage in fleshing and buffing. High-speed rotating brushes exfoliate the surface of the leather, removing any loose fibers and creating a uniform texture. In some cases, an open flame is passed quickly over the skin to singe off microscopic hairs, a dramatic technique that ensures a perfectly smooth canvas for the dye. And then, the lasers take over. This is one of the most futuristic aspects of the modern tannery. Before a single cut is made for a jacket or shoe, a laser grid maps the entire surface of the hide. This digital topography detects scars, bug bites, or density variations that the human eye might miss. The computer marks these areas as no-go zones, ensuring that the final products are cut only from the pristine sections of the hide. This maximizes yield and guarantees quality. Now, color enters the picture. We step into the dye house, a vibrant contrast to the steel and gray of the earlier stages. Here, master chemists mix pigments to match the exacting standards of global fashion houses. Horsehide is incredibly dense, so getting the dye to penetrate deep into the material requires specialized chemical carriers and drum dyeing techniques. From deep, rich oxblood reds and cognac browns to vibrant electric blues, the factory can produce any hue imaginable. After the dye is engaged, the hides are washed one last time to seal the color and prevent bleeding. The transformation is visually stunning. What was once a drab, gray preserved skin is now a vibrant sheet of luxury material, ready to be shaped. We are now leaving the heavy processing zones and entering the manufacturing phase. The digital maps created by the scanners are uploaded to the cutting floor. Watch the speed and accuracy of the laser cutters. A beam of concentrated light, hotter than the surface of the sun, slices through the thick leather instantly. It cauterizes the edges as it cuts, preventing fraying and ensuring a microscopic level of precision that manual cutting could never achieve. But this factory is not just about raw cuts, it is about artistry. We see the advanced CNC embroidery machines at work. Needles punch through the tough leather at hundreds of strokes per minute, stitching intricate floral patterns, logos, and geometric designs. This combines the rugged durability of horse leather with the delicate aesthetics of high-fashion embroidery, a contrast that defines modern luxury. The cut pieces are then gathered into kits. It may seem like a mundane step, but organization here is the difference between profit and loss. Workers and automated systems bundle the specific components needed for a single jacket, a pair of shoes, or a travel bag. These bundles travel down the line to the assembly floor, where the hum of 1,000 sewing machines fills the air. This is where skilled craftsmanship takes center stage. Robots can cut and sort, but only human hands have the tactile nuance to sew leather perfectly. We see the production of high-end leather jackets. The seamstresses here are master artisans. They must be incredibly strong to manipulate the heavy material, yet delicate enough to guide it through the needle without bunching. Remember, with leather, there is no undo button. A needle hole is permanent. Every stitch must be perfect the first time. Simultaneously, we witness the shoemaking line. This is the lasting process, where the leather is pulled tight over a mold of a foot. Horse leather is particularly prized for shoes because it doesn't crease like cow leather, it ripples in soft waves. The cobblers here are shaping materials that will likely outlive the people wearing them. We see the soles being attached, the heels being nailed, and the leather being polished to a mirror shine. Moving down the line, we enter the handbag division. Making a structured bag requires a different set of skills involving skiving, the process of thinning the edges of the leather so they can be folded and glued without bulk. You will notice the white gloves appear here. At this stage, the product is near completion, and the oil from a worker's hands could stain the pristine finish. We see the folding, the precise gluing of velvet liners, and the attachment of gold and silver hardware. Every zipper is tested. Every buckle acts as a jewel on the final piece. Quality control is rigorous and unforgiving. We see workers using handheld scanners and automated optical inspection systems to check the grain and color consistency. Does the front panel of the bag match the side panel perfectly? In natural materials, variation is common, but in the world of luxury, consistency is king. The lasers measure the grain depth and the gloss level, ensuring it meets the brand's exacting standards. If a defect is found, the piece is pulled immediately. It is the little things that truly count. We see the production of small leather goods, wallets, card holders, and belts. Look at the embossing machines, where heat and pressure stamp brand logos deep into the surface. We also see the process of edge painting, where a smooth, rubbery seal is applied to the raw edge of a wallet. This is done by hand or by precise rollers, sealing the layers together for a seamless look. We also see the specialized hat-making section, where leather is steam-molded into fedoras and cowboy hats. The distinct texture of the horsehide, sometimes embossed with crocodile or alligator patterns, gives these items a rugged, exotic aesthetic. This factory is versatile, producing unique niche items as well. We see leather-wrapped bottles, a symbol of high-end gift-giving. The leather must be wet-molded around the glass, stitched tight, and then dried to shrink fit perfectly around the contours. We also see the belt line, handling the thickest, strongest strips of the hide. Workers burnish the edges, grinding them down until they are smooth and rounded. It is a dusty, loud process, but the result is a belt that will practically never break. As the products near the finish line, robotic arms sort the final scraps for recycling. In a modern sustainable factory, nothing is wasted. The finished goods, the jackets, the shoes, the bags, are polished one last time. We see the automated guided vehicles moving the finished pallets to the shipping dock. It is a stark contrast to where we started. From raw, salted, organic skins to these polished gems, the journey has taken weeks of processing, sophisticated chemistry, and the touch of hundreds of hands. And finally, we arrive at the result. The showroom. Clean lines, bright lights, and the unmistakable scent of expensive leather. We see the models and managers showcasing the final collection. These bags, shoes, and jackets are the culmination of biology, chemistry, engineering, and art. They are not just products, they are feats of industrial manufacturing. From the veterinary labs ensuring the health of the horse, to the massive tanning drums, the laser cutters, and the steady hands of the seamstresses, this is what it takes to create true luxury. Thank you for taking this journey through the future of leather manufacturing with us. It is a process that is rarely seen but always felt in the quality of the products we admire. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the industrial world, please make sure to hit that like button. It really helps us bring more of these documentaries to you. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a trip inside the world's most fascinating factories. And tell us in the comments below, after seeing the process, would you prefer a horsehide jacket or a pair of Cordovan shoes? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next factory.